Hi, I'm Dr. Esther Basile Slailati, and I'm an affiliate professor of marketing with Grenoble École de Management, France. I usually teach at the DCP program Services Management at IMT Ghaziabad and Integrated Marketing Communication at IMT Dubai. The main interest of DCP is the fact that it has an international exposure for the students. The students basically go to Dubai for some of the courses, so they are into a completely different market, a different mindset, and they take some of the other courses at IMT Ghaziabad, which also puts them in a different setting. The main value of the PGDM DCP program is that it does not limit students to one kind of culture, one kind of mindset, one kind of thinking. It actually broadens their horizons. So in fact, the world is a global village. It's a melting pot. So even if they do choose to work in India in the future, all of the companies have got either international suppliers, international wholesalers, retailers, international customers. If they're in the B2B context, they will have definitely international competitors. So students who will be in the workplace in the future need to have an international mindset. They have to think outside the box all the time, and they cannot be limited to only one culture. The DCP program provides them with this opportunity because every single course is taught by a different faculty member from a different country, and sometimes some faculty members, such as myself, for example. So in class, in every single class in France, I have more than 40 different nationalities, which means that I'm in contact with different mindsets, different ways of thinking. Very often students give their own examples, their own experiences back from home, and all of this is absorbed by me, and I will be able to, I always share those examples with my students at IMT in the DCP program, which means that, plus I've traveled to 27 countries, which means I've been a customer in 27 countries, and I've worked with 4 countries. So eventually what I'm trying to say is, although I am one person, what's in my head is a mixture of literally almost 100 countries. So this I'm able to share with my DCP students. And eventually, they are not only exposed to one person, they're exposed to, let's say, 100 other people through me, and 100 experiences through me. And so if this is valid with me, it's valid with other professors also at the DCP program. So the students at IMT in the DCP program will be able to benefit from the experience of all of those professors internationally, who will also give them experiences from abroad. Now, the way I teach is, I hate theory, that's what I tell students. I'm very bad at understanding theory, so I always couple the theories with dozens of examples coming from different markets and different cultures. So eventually, my teaching style is through examples, which automatically students relate to, and students always remember. They remember examples much more than theory. And when the examples are varied from different cultures, this it spices it up. It will not make it boring. And students would always be interested in the way things are done elsewhere. I also use international case studies. So I would use case studies from the Indian market for them to relate, as well as from the Chinese market, American market, French market, etc. So they would be able to see how different companies from different markets do things. Over and above everything, at the end of every course, there is a full-fledged project that they can use on their CV. In fact, several of my students have secured jobs after graduating from the DCP program, not only thanks to the projects that I have given, but it would be the final touch, because they would be asked to duplicate those projects in the workplace. So in IMC, for example, Integrated Marketing Communication, the project would be students will have to select national and international positioning strategies. They will need to apply them to a specific product in a specific country, in any country. They will be able to design full-fledged advertising and apply it. They will be able to design any kind of guerrilla marketing campaign, stealth marketing campaign, experiential marketing campaign, lifestyle marketing campaign, product placement, branded entertainment, public relations campaigns. So the project would be a real-life project that they can be proud of and share with their future employers, who would definitely be impressed and eventually tell them, oh, you need to apply this here. Same goes with services management. I would have students create a full-fledged service blueprint that they would be able to implement in any service industry whenever they work in the future. So what I'm trying to say is I always bring into the classroom real-life examples coming from so many countries and so many cultures. I expose students to different mentalities, different ways of doing things, because at the end of the day, they will be global managers at some point in time. And a global manager needs to have a global mindset. So the DCP program brings the world to the classroom rather than only taking students to the world, or brings the world to the classroom rather than just exposing them to one way of doing things, which is the Indian way. So the DCP program is extremely rich, and it will always give a lot of variety for students, letting them always think outside the box, always surpass themselves, and become much more marketable themselves. So their horizons are open, and their examples can come from all over the world.